Today is day 3 of my day 4 of my UPSC preparation, and today I have completed some three main things. So I will start with the first thing. So the first thing is, yesterday I left at the pressure. So today I have went deep into the pressure. Here I have studied about the isobars and the different pressure belts of the world. So the different pressure belts of the world is polar high pressure belt and equatorial low pressure belt and subtropical high pressure belt, and there is another thing, subpolar low pressure belt. So these are the four main belts, and its latitudes are also given. So that is the main aspect. After that okay, so in the equatorial low pressure belt, it is a main important zone for the doldrum. The doldrum is located between 5 degrees south latitude to 5 degrees north latitude. Sorry, yeah, it is correct. And after that, after reading about the belts, I went to uh, the wind system. In the wind system, I have learnt about the uh, some forces which are determining wind system, like Coriolis force, the earth's movement. uh, when it is rotating, some a force is generated, which is the Coriolis force. And after that, some there is a pressure gradient force. So the pressure gradient force is the wind direction which changes with the change of the pressure in the atmosphere. Like I have told, there are different pressure. There is high pressure in polar region and low pressure in the subpolar region. So this is one example. After that, I have learnt about the global wind system. Global wind system is divided according to the polar, subpolar, equatorial structures. So the main wind is the trade winds. The trade winds is also called the treading winds, which is called the ever blowing winds. So in the northern hemisphere, the trade winds turn right side, and in the southern hemisphere, the trade winds turn left side. And after that, I went to the westerlies winds. Westerlies winds, which is nothing but the it is divided into three types. So which is called roaring 40s and furious 50s and shrieking 60s. So it is nothing but the powerful winds which drives the uh, which is at the maximum of Earth's surface is the westerlies wind, except the polar region. Polar region has easterly winds. And the wind structure is divided into three cells. The first cell is Hadley cell, second cell is Ferrel cell, and the third cell is polar cell. These three combined is called tricellular meridional model. And after that, I have studied deep about these three cells. The Hadley cell is the largest cell in these three cells. And after that, I have started reading about the regional winds. Regional winds are only at the five places of the earth. One is South China Sea, another one is Indian subcontinent, another one is Northern Australian, and another one is Caribbean and West and East of Africa. So tomorrow I will be seeing deep about the regional winds part. After that, after studying this geography, I moved on to the sociology part. In the sociology, I have read about the dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism is nothing but the action which is called thesis, uh, the opposite of action which is called antithesis, and the mixture of action thesis and antithesis, one end result will form which is called synthesis. This is discussed by the Hegel, and this is what is dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism mainly studies about the historical part, which is mainly linked with the historical materialism. And in the dialectical materialism, Marx has also written um, some laws about that um, which I will study later. So those laws, I think they are broadly of three types. I do not know the details of it. Um so the headings are one is one is the nature of the it is law of unity, law of negation, and law of transition from quantity to quality. So these are the three things which Karl Marx has uh, given about dialectical materialism. So this is what I have studied about the optional part. After that, I moved to the current affairs. So in the current affairs, I have studied about the impartiality of the nominated governor. So here, Dr. Ambedkar is talking about, if the constitution is not wrong, the human is the wrong. He's saying, he said, failure arises when man is vile, not the constitution. So he is discussing about the governor's power. He is saying that governor's authority was more in the Constitution of India 1935 Act compared to the present constitution. The present constitution, governor's power is very limited. He has to take advices from the council of ministers. He has no discretionary power. So this is what is Ambedkar is telling in this article. And after that, I have read about the India's disaster response and how it is affecting the federalism. So recently, last year, Wayanad floods has happened, and Kerala government has requested 1200 crores, but still the center gave it 500 crores relief of the floods. So it has somewhere hurt the relations between Kerala government and the central government. So it is so this is an example of how a disaster can affect the federalism of our country. So after that, I have studied the historical this India's growth rate. So India's growth rate has been 8.2% in this quarter. So there are 4 quarters in a year. So this growth rate is about this quarter. So 25-26 quarter, first quarter we got 7.8% growth rate, and the second quarter we got 8.2% growth rate. Comparing with the last year's growth rate, it was 6.5% in the first quarter, and the second quarter was 5.6%. So compared to the last year quarters, we are doing very much well. So we have to expect a good annual growth rate this year. So after that, I have read about the Supreme Court ruling. Supreme Court is said that no post facto environmental clearances is will be accepted. So that means that after a project has started in the forest area or any other area, if it is not following the environmental guidelines, the project will be demolished there itself. So the major flaw is that the project is started after that the environmental clearance is given. So now the Supreme Court is telling that before the project started, it has to get environmental clearance compulsorily. So these are the things I have studied today. So let's see what happens tomorrow.